And we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Room Review Twitch channel where we're live on a couple different things. YouTube, Twitch, I think Facebook still. But welcome. Happy Friday. It is interesting to see my face as well as Matt's face here on a Friday. But we are here. Special day that Matt has hooked us up with. Today we are interviewing a very special guest. Today we're interviewing the creative director from Ocean Drive Studio, work on Lost Eidolons, Jin. How are you?
Okay. Hi. My name is Jin-san Kim from Ocean Drive Studio. I'm a creative director for the Lost Eidolons. Thank you. Thank you for so much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
No, thank you for joining us.
And Jin, correct me if I'm wrong. Your game came out yesterday, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We just launched Lost Eidolons yesterday at 8 o'clock in the morning. And it's been quite wild.
Yeah, how's the first day and a half been for you?
It's been going okay. It's been all right. There's some always when you launch the game, there are always some problems and some praises. So I'm partially happy and partially worried. And extremely mentally busy.
For sure. Totally. I cannot imagine. I'm even very grateful that you even found an hour time slot with your busy schedule to hang out with us.
No, it's always a pleasure to meet with any potential users. I mean, we are all about talking with the people, talking with the gamers. So thank you for inviting me.
For sure. Absolutely. Anytime. And for those of you who don't already know, my name is Taz. I am the Twitch team coordinator as well as the podcast producer here on Game Raven. Also as the co-host for Raven Parties on Sundays. So we do a bunch of stuff. But today I am playing interviewer, moderating, and all that good stuff. I'm very excited. I haven't even seen much of the game, so I'm very excited to be a fresh eye to this experience. And Dark Isle, why don't you tell them about yourself?
I am Dark Isle, and I'm also the other co-host for Raven Parties on Sundays. And I'm also the Master of Operations for Game Raven Review. I was lucky enough to be able to talk to Jin through recording everything out through email, and we found a time, and I'm pretty excited for all of this. And snagging the game yesterday, I was like, I want to play a little bit of it, but I don't want to spoil too much of it. So I'm also ready to hop in and have a good time, because I did get to test it out with Jin over at PAX, but this is the real deal, so I'm excited for it.
For sure. Well, without further ado, let's get on into it. Again, this is going to be a little bit of a different interview. Today, Matt's going to be playing Lost Eidolons while myself and Jin watch. We'll be asking Jin some questions. Just going to give us some stuff he wants to share about the game as Dark Isle progresses throughout. Again, this game is fresh out of the oven, released yesterday, available on Steam and Epic Games on the PC. So without further ado, Dark Isle, go for it.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's go.
Okay. All right, so we're going to hop into a new game here. So you have normal or hard. So if we were talking about before how normal is still a little hard, we're gonna just do that for this one.
Well, there are three difficulties. One is a story, the other is normal, and another the hard one. So if you're comfortable playing with this kind of genre of game, normal will be all right to start with.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with that. Because you did say this is similar to XCOM in some ways, and XCOM had so many surprises just in normal. So the point where I'll probably try playing by myself, but not through this interview, is I do want to try the Maniac mode. So it says right here, so characters who fall in battle cannot participate in future battles. Main characters will still appear in camps and cutscenes, recommended for players who enjoy thrilling tactical puzzles. But we'll do casual. characters who fall in battle can still take part in future battles. Recommended for players who mostly want to enjoy the story. Okay, here we go.
That's great because I get way too attached. Like, I played XCOM for an hour until I lost my favorite dude, and then I stopped playing. I need that casual gameplay. I need the character back.
These are the dogs who betrayed Benario. Hunt them down and give them no quarter.
Damn. How many of these guys are there? We have to break through their lines now. There's no time for hesitation.
Reach the objective with Eden. Yeah, this game is beautiful. It looks even better from PAX Gen.
Well, this is the first chapter where we just wanted to make you feel how it's going to be. So this is kind of easygoing tutorial map.
Gotcha. Alright, so select the unit to move. After you complete the move, their command window will open. Choose attack to strike an enemy. So if I remember correctly, if you... so if I was to get behind this guy, I get additional attack damage, right?
Actually, no.
No?
I didn't like the idea of having the directional settings at every turn, so I don't want to have you waste your time, extra time,
Gotcha.
making it directions. So there isn't really additional damage on direction.
Alright, so the combat skills. Please tell me about these. So is it worth it more to go for like the shield smash? Delivers a shield attack to one enemy, inflicting damage and leaving the target stunned for one turn. Is it just like, for the most part, like these are situational? You want to use these for?
Well, I recommend that it's a situational. I mean,
Gotcha.
It depends on how you want to make your strategy, you know. So those are skills where you need them, because you can see there are counts on each skill. So you have to you only have a limited number of skills to use per each battle. So you have to really think about it when to use it.
All right, we're gonna set it right in with this one. Yeah, the cutscenes look so sick just for attacking.
It was it's when I first saw a little glimpse of that earlier today, I thought it was very unique, and it wasn't like
quickly.
top down, just watch some things happen. You like get in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we wanted to make you feel more into the battle, more immersive, you know.
Love that.
No problem.
Let's see here. So the thing I forgot is, do these characters in the beginning have the option to switch to... I do remember during the demo I played with you, that you're able to switch to ranged. Do these characters have these abilities yet?
Not yet. This
Not
is
yet.
the like I told you before. This is like a very fast tutorial map where we want you to know how to move the units and how to attack. So and this is basically let me just to be honest with you. There's only going to be 3 turns. After 3 turns, it will be scripted. Not to just spoil you, sorry, but yeah. So just
Don't worry.
you will get
You won't feel a
the swapping weapons will be introduced later in the chapter.
Gotcha.
Charge.
Well, let's just zoom through it then.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. This is more enjoyment though, because like you notice that like in some RTSs, it's just always top down, but like each one of your moves actually shows an action. It's pretty cool.
We built this chapter just to show you that there are some different kind of skills and everything. Like you've seen that fireball being AOE. I mean, there are AOE skills, and such. So we just wanted to see how it's going to be in the future as well in this chapter.
Let's see. I want to see if there's.
Loud and clear.
Yeah, you probably spoiled a little bit. I was wondering if there's a way I could actually survive, but it's probably not.
Don't feel pressured in this chapter though.
I'm gonna do
Just
a
take it easy.
Strikes a single enemy, inflicting extra damage equal to 10% amount of this unit as well. Oh, okay. Nope, I don't do that yet. After he does damage, or takes damage.
It's up to me.
I think he could take some hits.
You got it!
So what are these blood symbols right here?
Oh, it means there is a debuff status. I mean, you can actually check what's the debuff status when on top of the head of the character.
Okay, so
whenever character goes to the terrain with like water, they get wet.
Oh, okay, that's
far enough. Eden, did you think I'd let you escape so easily?
Alistar!
I'll start with you. This fire raging inside me. I'll quench it with a traitor's blood.
Damn it. Words aren't getting through to him. We don't have time to deal with Ballastar! If you don't want to die here, run like your life depends on it!
This is epic. So, who's behind all the acting and whatnot? Like, your decision to putting in more of an immersive experience.
What do you mean?
Because, like, right here, you got like voice actors, cutscenes. Was this like your idea to make the game more immersive?
Well, obviously the voice acting, everybody, like a lot of people expected that, because when we had a demo session, there wasn't any like a voice acting at all. And comparing what you see right now, what you hear right now, that demo version was really empty without a voice. It literally makes a lot of differences.
Yeah, it's just huge.
So this voice acting is obviously everybody wanted it. So we first did a recording session for the main quest, and then we had another like a demo session where we only had the main quest voice acted, and like people were saying that because there are certain non-voice acted quests where there are only subtitles of the the script, and people were, I felt, everybody felt how empty it got. I mean, it was a huge difference between the main quest and others. So with another voice session for all the side quest, so we try to fill as much as possible.
I feel like that's very good, like, practice to, like, you try the demo, no voice acting, and you saw a need, and instead of just, like, letting it be, you're like, all right, let's get voice acting into this. And then through it being more main quest stuff, you all still noticed and wanted to fix a void that was the side quest stuff. So the fact that you guys managed to just, like, all right, let's make it more and more immersive, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Thank you. Well, we just wanted to. We had we've been developing for 3 years, and during those 3 years, we had like 4 sessions of testing, including 2 demo sessions. So while we did those demos, we got a lot of feedback from our community, and we just try to improve upon those feedback.
Lost my focus.
No, Robert died.
Robert.
Sorry, guys.
No.
It's all right.
Oh no.
We can't fall here.
Jin, about how
Give
long
it
is
everything
the
you
game
got.
on average?
If we can make it,
Well,
we can still survive this.
we estimated that if you just play the story mode and do the story only focused gameplay, it's going to be about 30 hours.
Oh wow.
And
This place will be your grave.
and if you try to play all the contents that we give extra, it can go well over 50 hours.
Wow.
That's far enough.
Okay. All right.
50 hours. Oh, that sounds awesome.
With you.
Okay, so this is the intro cinematic into the game. All right, I'll be quiet here.
This fire raging inside me. I'll quench it with the traitor's blood.
Brother, get out of here.
Is that Eden?
Yeah, it is.
Wow, Eden's a badass. No. What?
No matter what it takes,
I thought he was the main character.
I want to survive and avenge him.
Okay, so he's still alive. Okay. I was gonna be like, no. You trying to Game of Thrones us? Okay, so we press again, hop in.
A long and brutal struggle. A fierce and costly war. And at its end, he arose, the conqueror king. His power grew, consuming the continent. Before long, he had crowned himself Emperor of the world. With a new world came a new way of life. One system of currency, one body of law, one empire. Bound by this new order, it seemed for a time that the chaos had finally ebbed. Until that day. Prophecy of ruin, silent on the spot. But the High Priest's death was only the beginning. From that day forward, the Emperor's heart was gripped by madness. he scoured the pages of history, burning books, burying priests, even the great spire was laid to waste. But no matter how hard he tried to silence them, the words of the high priest echoed in the Emperor's ears.
Wow.
Ooh. About how long was the storyboarding process?
Got it.
One bloody triumph after another.
I might have to turn down the volume on the game. Jin, were you able to hear what Taz said?
I didn't really quite catch the question.
Oh yeah, sorry. About how long was the storyboarding process to kind of figure out
How
your
long
s-
it was?
Yeah, about how long did that take?
Where we I think spent like about a year to create that. I mean, like we spent like 6 months try to create the whole world of the background stories, and then we spent another like 6 months to come up with the main stories.
Gotcha.
And so after 1 year of that, we had the main story set up, and then another 2 years we worked on the side stories on each characters.
Yeah, wow.
You wouldn't want him to get his boots bloody over one measly silver, now would you?
Yeah, that makes me happy because I love story-based games, and this is just ready to hop in and start taking people out.
Consider yourself lucky.
Hey Jin, can you give us a peek at what your job entails as being the director?
My job as a creative director is it's basically I envision, I kind of I make my imagination. I mean, I had all imaginations, all these things. I imagined it and I put it down in words, and I explain to my team what my game will be like and how things. I mean, how these cinematics should be and how the battles should be and things like that. So basically, what I do is whatever was in my brain and take them out to the reality and tell my team what to make, and my team made it into reality. So basically, I am like idea maker or envisioner, or how should I say it?
After the festivities had come to an end,
That's what I
Emperor was
am.
never seen again.
That's
Some
awesome.
believe
Well, you had
this
quite the
passed
vision,
away.
because
Others.
yeah.
believe
So
he
what
has
inspired you to
ascended
make this medieval game?
Where
From like this storyboard and yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
like game wise, there are two games that inspired me the most.
It's almost over.
One's obviously the Fire Emblem series,
Come on.
and the other is the one that I developed previously. It's called like Legend of Cao. It's the same tactical game.
It's got nothing to do with us.
So those are the two huge inspiration
Leon.
games. And story-wise, I've been like, I would say it's like a Game of Thrones. I mean, we when I first
Come on.
had to explain what I wanted to make was that I want the Fire Emblem and Legend of Cao like game with the look and feel of Game of Thrones.
Got held up by power.
That was like the first line of the
Crown
description.
Chatterbox strikes again. Nice knowing.
If that's the case. Sorry, Taz. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's amazing.
Yeah.
Will talk himself out soon enough.
I was gonna say, if that's the case, I gotta do what I can to keep Eden alive.
Don't get attached.
Yeah, exactly. It's giving me
Are there different endings, Jin, or is it one ending?
Okay, let me tell you about the truth. The story is basically linear,
Okay.
but at the end, there are two different endings, and
Ever since
those
damn
two
roads
endings
down
will
the
be
road to
decided
Holzwood, it's been a nightmare
um,
moving goods in and out.
based on your choices you have to make along the story. There will be
If it weren't for the help of that medicine,
somewhere in the
I don't know
game
what I would have
you will
done.
be forced to choose
It
something,
does my heart
and that
to
will
see her up and moving around
determine
again.
how you end the
I
game.
don't even want to imagine
Oh,
what might
okay,
have happened
okay.
otherwise.
I got it, Pablo. You already told us. Remember?
I just wanted you to know I appreciate it. Oh, that reminds me. Where's Eden? I wanted to thank him personally. Ah, there you are. Eden! Hey! Thanks a bunch for that thing with the medicine.
And like I told you that there are two different
Oh, it's
endings,
fine.
and one ending
Thank me.
features some kind of
I
hidden
know,
scenes
I know,
as
but
well.
thanks for
So
stick back there. I just wanted to
and
make
that
sure you knew.
scenes will differ. That scenes will be like six different scenes that you can see
Absolutely.
depending on how you do the extra contents.
Well, whatever you need. Just throw
And
out my name.
so basically, like one ending will be
do.
with the different six different hidden endings. I mean scenes.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
right. It's almost time to give Mother her medicine.
so it is it's worth it to play the extra stuff to be able to
Thanks
get
again.
more content.
Mhm.
Good to know.
Thank the gods. I thought he'd never shut up.
He's not so bad.
And is there a plan? I know the game just
Says the
released,
guy
but
who
is
took
there a
off
plan
running the
for
second he showed up.
like post-game content
No, I was
in
just,
terms
you
of
know,
like a new game plus mode if there isn't one
Don't
already,
even
or
try
like
it.
any
I
type
called
of
out to you a dozen
any fun
times.
stuff to do after one has completed the
that
game.
explains the distant shout.
Well, there isn't any post-game content right now. So like my top priority right now is to make a feature new game plus so that you can replay a game, but then without doing all the things the same thing, like repeat it.
For sure. For sure. Okay.
All right, we just stopped. Is this the next scene right here going to be the first battle? Oh,
Soon.
here we go.
It's coming soon. Yeah.
What's their problem?
Oh, so what we saw earlier was something probably midway through the game, correct?
Seriously?
Actually, that's
Gotcha.
true.
All right, so this is level 1. This is where it all starts. Okay.
Are you Eden?
At
Oh,
your
she's cool.
service, ma'am. Soon as we deal with these guys.
So you're the
Yeah, no, I
bitch
agree,
she won't
Puppet.
Shut up about. Huh. Trying to look good in front of the lady.
Nah, I'm plenty good looking already. Besides, unlike you, I don't have to try.
Cocky bastard, ain't he? All right, I've had enough.
I like
Take him
Eden.
down.
All right, let's smoke these kids.
Have it your way. Francisco, Leon, get ready.
Do I get the full reign of the battle in this one?
What's that?
Let's go right into it. I just went past the tutorial.
You'll regret
Let's just do
challenging
it.
me, kid. I'll break every bone in your body.
If I were you, I'd stop talking. You're about to embarrass yourself. Now, bring it on.
Okay. So that's the tank. Let's just go for this guy.
It's a shame, spilling blood on such a nice day.
Oh. So I'm assuming that there's a leveling tree.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Okay. Is it different for each character?
Where the character have each character has its own character level, and there are some masteries level for the each weapon,
Okay.
and there's a class level.
So you're able to customize each character.
When I say customizing each character, it will be like you can put different skills. You have an option to equip 5 different skills that you obtain from mastering the class, and you can also change the class. And that changing the class will make you look different.
There's a puddle up ahead.
And you have a different equipment
Everyone
to
find your
equip,
footing.
and you know that you can swap the weapons, right? So you can equip the different weapons, 2 different weapons, and
Never betray.
there are some items you can equip as well to use in the battle.
Gotcha. Am I able to swap weapons in this one? Probably not.
No, I think it's
really
going to
on.
be introduced later.
Let's get
Gotcha.
You probably don't even need it to swap weapons here.
Maybe, but this guy looks like he's gonna have a hard time.
Francisco the Bold has arrived.
Shoot, my strategy's not going right here.
Jin, what is? Do you happen to have like a favorite story or like a favorite moment you and your team have when developing this game?
The moment or story, well, I don't know. Never thought about that though. So I'm not really sure
Sure.
when that will be. I mean, our development process went so smooth, except for when we had a hard time making cutscenes. That was something we had a really hard time because we wanted to do more. Like you've seen that our dialogue is more about like popping up the character side by side, right?
Right.
And this was changed like this. It was changed like this before we tried to make it in a more like an open world. You will see at the camp, it's more like a camp style dialogue, and we wanted to do more, but then we were kind of limited on budget, so we had to cut down the resource to make it a bit simpler.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I had to get rid of the guy with just the axe because he was about to fall down. I do like how they counterattack just right off the get-go.
Don't fight smarter, fight harder.
So I know that there's another thing too where you get bonus attacks on how many people are attacking the same unit. Does that come later too? Is that part of a skill?
You mean the like when you are near the allied unit? I think it's already in it.
Oh, okay, sweet.
But
So that's like the
just
chain
because-
attack?
It's not a chain attack. It just gives you like a bonus
Woman has
stats.
some business to discuss.
So when you have your allies near,
I'd like to have
you get like simply to say 1 more damage.
Francisco,
So if you're like a short of like a 1 damage,
You're always doing.
you can place your unit carefully so that you can design it such a way that you can increase the
how much
damage.
money you want.
Perfect.
Oh, Francisco the Bold at your
There's something that we probably won't get to because it's still early on in the game, but
Excuse
I'd
me.
love for you to elaborate on the mechanic to where you could go back if you made a really bad decision.
Yeah, there is undo feature that I wanted to use when you make a mistake. because I know you guys. I mean, anybody can make a mistake, and sometimes you just want to go back to certain point of the battle. So there's a undo feature where you can go back.
Just shut up and move. Please, take a seat here, man.
And then you could do that up to 10 turns?
Well, for normal difficulty, you can do up to 10 to begin with, and that could be increased if you play some extra content in the
You're the
camp.
person to go to for any problem in Lynetta.
Gotcha. So what happens to that mode when you put it up to the harder difficulty?
So you'll take
Hard
it
and
How
Maniac.
dangerous.
When you play hard, it's going to be limited to like a 5 to start
Allow me
with.
to introduce myself.
So you have a limited number of undos.
I need you.
Makes you harder.
Good. It's nice to hear.
From what? She in jail or something?
Let's see.
You can always
gonna
have a option to skip that.
Yeah, I was gonna skip this along. Since we're getting, I think earlier on I didn't want to skip because it was nice to hear everything you guys were talking about. Plus, it was also a good way to show all the hard work you did with the story. But let's do this. Cool. Is there anything different on this map than it was from the last map?
Yeah, and this map is the second battle where we introduced the archers, the ranged attack.
Ooh, we get that now? Okay.
Yeah, now and we also introduced new characters, Robert and Robin, where Robin is the archer. I mean,
Gotcha.
it is coincident that our first archer to introduce its name is the Robin.
It's Robin. Oh, this is rough. Look at all these. So all these people could switch over too. So that's something to think about. All right. Well,
It's on my side.
yeah, I was gonna say I could get attacked immediately.
What are the other differences, Jin, when it comes to changing difficulty? Like, if you're playing on hard mode, is there more people to fight? Do they hit harder? Are there any like unique differences, or is it pretty normal stuff?
Well, for normal and hard difficulties, they hit harder if you play in hard difficulty. So we made it that way, and we had a plan to make it even harder difficulty with different kind of skills. But then we were looking into this matter because I had to decide what to do first,
When your heart starts
and to make a harder difficulty or make a debug mode where you can just manipulate the difficulties. And I think it's better for you to manipulate the difficulties on your own, and that would be much better, I thought. So when we had a plan to make a harder difficulty, but I am
Careful you are. All it takes is one
leaning towards to make more of the debug mode.
Gotcha. Jin, who is
Okay.
your favorite character in the game?
All right, let me tell you. Actually, when we actually first developed, my favorite character was Francisco. I mean, his voice acting was perfect, the way I imagined it, and he is one that shows you who he is right from the beginning. So that was my favorite, and now these days while I was playing the game, I mean, obviously I was playing the game all the way to the like mid game, and these days I'm more into like Andrea, who is
Forget it.
being introduced like after this battle.
Okay.
Stay calm and focus on defeating the front line.
Faith will never betray me.
We have actually a lot of characters to show you. So we have like almost 20, more than 20 characters you can gain. I mean, like some characters may be given to you by default. Some characters you have to do some extra, activities. Some characters are hidden, and so in total there are more than like 20, and I think it's a 23 or something. I don't know exact number, but there are a lot of characters.
Wow.
So some of these maps can get really long. Stoked to hear that.
And we may or may not be able to see it. I'm not entirely sure, but I've always wanted to know, just like with other games that have a camp, a camp gameplay to their games. What was that experience like from a creative director end, from your perspective, I guess?
Well, for camp, camp is where you manage your characters and customize your characters so that you can prepare for the battle. And when I first developed this game, I thought there were 3 elements of the game. One is the battle, combat, obviously, and the 2 is the story, and the third one is the camp, where you're to manage and customize your characters so that you can actually prepare for the battles. So the camp is designed so that you can manage the characters, but then to manage the character, you have to know the characters, right?
Where are we going again?
And some people just look at the stats, who's the strongest, and you may just go for the strongest characters available, but some people don't do that, and they just wanted to know who they are and what they are. So camp is where you actually get to know the characters.
No problem.
Gotcha. So you can kind of walk around, have dialogue, talk to. You can, but you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Gotcha.
There are mandatory quests, we call it main quest, to perform just to leave the camp, and except for that, they are absolutely extra.
He'll make his move. It's a shame spilling blood on such a nice day.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about how smooth this is. As soon as you put in a move, action happens immediately. I don't know if I should play this a little safe.
All right.
So in the early battles, we just wanted to introduce new elements of the game every chapter, and the first one was just to attack and move. Second, we introduced 2 different new characters with a ranged attack, and maybe next battle we will show you how to swap the weapons, and there are magical element of the game,
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
Yeah, and there were monsters coming.